Hey, everybody. Okay, welcome to No Excuses. This show is to help people through the times of pandemics and lockdown. Because let's face it, sometimes we all get in a depression and a funk. And I figured this way we could meet other people that are going through the same things as us, but they're using no excuses and they're moving forward. Today, I have Katalina Kövecses. Oh, gosh. Um, I do apologize. I'm not the greatest with the pronouncing
No,
of the
that's
name.
fine. It's Kövecses.
Kövecses. And I met Catalina or Kat through when I was doing background acting for a movie called Working It. She was in charge of all of us background actors, so she had patience, understanding. But she's in the movie industry. She's also an actress. She's a screenplay writer. She does pretty much everything you can ask in the film industry. She's the lady you should go and talk to because she's an amazing person. Anyways, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself here?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much touched on most of it. Currently, right now, I'm feeling really grateful because here in Ontario, we're in a pandemic like everywhere else, but we're in lockdown, and our industry, film, has been deemed essential, which in a lot of other places it hasn't. So it's making me feel real grateful because I'm not doing what I was doing over the summer, which is panicking about my wallet and things like that. So I'm able to at least afford to like pay my rent and stuff. So right now I'm working in film. I actually work in the COVID department on a show that I work on right now as the supervisor of the department. And so even though everybody's talking about COVID all day long in the news, I'm also talking about it all day long at work. And I totally understand when people are feeling like they've had enough of this and they feel overwhelmed, they might feel depressed, they might feel all of that thing. So I think it's great what you're doing and what you're, trying to get the message across that you can use this time for bettering yourself, basically.
And exactly, and you're in Toronto, so and a lot of times people are saying, "Oh, that's one of the major hot spots," and everyone's a little bit more concerned, a little bit more weary. And but the thing is, you still have to live a life. You still have to move forward, and you're using no excuses to do this. You're being positive about your outlook. You're trying to move forward, and I think that's what a lot of people need to do in your life. Because what do you think about when you hear no excuses? What has comes in your mind?
I guess no excuses for me is a starting point, maybe the fundamentals or the foundation of getting to where you want to be, to whether that being success in business or success in health or anything like that. So for me, that's a starting point, is to pick yourself up and say, you know, here's what I want. And let me really think about the things that are telling me that I can't do that. Because, like you said, those are excuses, and they might
Right.
be valid excuses. They might be, you know, something outside yourself that you have no control over. But what you do have control over is how you react to things. And so for me, that's what no excuses means.
Right. And I also want to let people know she also does a lot of stuff within her apartment. She's done an amazing paint job. Like she keeps herself busy. Like, because a lot of times people think, well, this pandemic, oh, there's nothing we can do. There's we're stuck at home. Well, maybe if you're stuck at home, pick up a paintbrush, do something different with your life, because
Yeah.
honestly, if you just sit there and fester, I think you're going to find that you're going to be getting more into the depression and the anxiety. And you can't let that. You got to find something to do, find an outlet. And honestly, I think that's what I see with you, Kat. Like you're always, every time I look at your Facebook, you're doing something more proactive. And that's what I think we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, of course, right now I picked the wall that I haven't painted for my background. So thanks for that. No, I definitely try to find things to keep me busy and to keep me sane. I think for me, I can really feel when that depression starts to seep in, and it's this feeling where you feel defeated. You feel like you can't do the things that you would normally want to do, or maybe you don't even want to do them because you're so depressed. And for me, I think the first thing I think of in that situation is I gotta move. Because if my body's feeling this way, my mind's going to feel this way, so I have to move. And that might be, I'll get up and dance, like an idiot around my bedroom and my living room, and in a way that I would never do in public, but I would do it here. And you just put music on and kind of like shake your body a little bit, just to get yourself out of that funk. And then, as you say, I will try to figure out what I can do. Like, can I paint something? Can I do whatever? And that, I mean, at the same time, I have watched my fair share of like television, Netflix, and like trash TV, like all kinds of stuff. Not that Netflix is trash TV, but like, let's say I call like reality shows trash TV. But of course, I sit around and I watch that stuff too, because I do go to work and I need to come home and like decompress basically, and that's how I choose to do it. But on days off and on we just had a hiatus where I had 2 weeks sitting around while my partner was in his office here at home, doing work all day long, and I was just very bored. So I just started painting and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. And I think this is actually probably good. We should call that researching, because you are like, you do write scripts and screenplays and all that kind of stuff. So you're watching. So we should not say you're just vegging out, and that you're researching. I think that'd be a better word we could use.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say from now on. That, yeah, my TV watching is researching. Good, good. I like that.
But no, but the thing is, but I think honestly, watching people like yourself getting out there, and also giving people positive vibes, like you're also putting up a lot of positive articles. Like today you were talking about a Hungarian doctor finding with some of the inoculations that she's putting in, that it's also helping with cancer. Like, you're putting out positive notes. It's not always about the negativity. You're finding positivity in this pandemic, and you're showcasing it. And that is also, I think, is great, with no excuses, because why do we always have to live with the negative? Why can't we show
Mhm.
some of the positivity? So thank you for doing that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad that people appreciate it. For me, I think I do post a lot of things about things that are happening currently and how I feel about them. And sometimes it is negative, but the intention to post it isn't the negative part. It's what is in the article that's negative, and then I would post it, and express why I think it's wrong or whatever. But you're right. If you go on social media right now, there's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of misinformation. Um, we live in a weird time. We live in a weird time where people don't know who to listen to,
And I
or
think
what
it's
to
also,
do.
I
Yeah,
also think it's information overload sometimes.
absolutely.
And that's where your research comes into handy, where we can just veg out and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, so out in the industry, like the movie industries and everything like that, I think you're starting to see probably a more camaraderie, a more respect, like through the actors and all that kind of stuff, for everyone's personal safety. I think that's, the mentality is changing a lot. Like what I see, like through interviews and people that are talking, you have that more, we're in this together kind of attitude now, and I think that's also, you're starting to see more. Am I
Yeah, of
right on that?
course. Yeah, definitely. I think we're all, as members of the film community, are so super grateful that we have the ability to keep working, and we have the resources to test all of our employees, and keep everybody safe and provide everybody with PPE and all the things that are needed. And yeah, it's annoying for sure. It's annoying. It interrupts, how we would normally flow. And I think the biggest struggle for me with it was, just not being able to connect with people through smiling. Like my thing is I'll make jokes and things like that. And I remember the first or second day I made a joke. I can't remember what it was, but the person didn't get that I was joking because I had this mask on. And so I had to be like, sorry, that was a joke. Like, just, but they don't, it's hard to connect with people when you can't see their smile. And I think it's something that we've all taken for granted. We had no idea, how valuable smiling really is until now. So
I
yeah.
think we should just make little wood panels of smile, upset, smile.
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
people are like, oh, wait a second, okay.
Yeah. Just like push a button on your mask and then it just like switches over.
Or
Smile now.
make it, or get like an LED display.
Yeah.
It changes to your moods. I think that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
You get to patent that. You get to get that patent.
Oh, there you go. So, what would you say for people that are out there? What would you like them to know, and how to push forward through this?
I think for people that are having a really hard time, I think you've got to start to really think about what's changed in your life and find the moments and the things that have kind of made it better. For example, for me, yes, it's so boring. I can't go out to restaurants. I can't go out and see friends. I can't hug people. But at the same time, I'm super grateful for the ability to finally see that, we don't have to go to a restaurant 2 or 3 times a week. We can make dinner at home and we can save money and we can find ways to be together without needing all of these outside sources. So it for me, it's been kind of a learning experience for just a different way to approach life. And even though we were kind of thrown into it in a scary, negative way, when you can look at things in your life that have improved, which is it's hard to do if you're only focusing on things that haven't, right? But if you start to focus on the things that maybe have improved, maybe you wanted to binge watch that show and you just never had time, but now you've got time to binge watch that show. Just think. I think if you redirect your thoughts and how you feel about your time spent in the last year, if you start to look at the positives of it instead of the negatives of it, I think that helps a lot.
So yeah, so basically appreciate what you have in life, because sometimes it's the most littlest things, but you know what? Sometimes that's the best things that you can have in your life. So I think that's awesome. And Kat, I appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule and everything like that to come aboard and do this interview. I hope that this will reach out to at least one person, and then they say, you know what? I can do this. I
Yeah.
can live past the excuses and move forward with life. So,
Yeah. And I think if they take one thing away from what I said, I hope that it's dance it out. Just dance it out. Like, go shake it off in your
okay,
living room.
what is your go-to song?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that. It's literally whatever I'm feeling at that moment. I can't.
Okay.
That's like such a loaded question. I can't even. I love so much music. It'll take a million years to get you an answer on that one.
Well, I hope one day we'll have a follow up with you, and then you give me your top 10 of which
Yeah,
songs or what moods you're in.
yeah. I like just all people think my playlists are weird. They've just got everything in there. Anything you can imagine.
Well, that's all right with me, because I go through those kind of stages too, and people just look at me and go, "Are you really listening to that?" Yeah, but that's the way how life goes. You just throw yourself out there for new experiences and new opportunities, and live without the excuses and move forward. So, thank you again for coming on. I appreciate it, and you have a great rest of the day. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Trent. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.